Hey warriors, good afternoon. My name is Lisa Wolf, and this I'm making a video because I believe that a lot of people need encouragement right now. Because like the year 2020, let's just face it, it was trying and horrible for some people, but I choose to intentionally I look good into every situation, even a bad situation. I always like, even with my current situation, that I always look into the good of everything. And this is for like encouragement, like what I said, and to be intentional about what's going on in the world. So, my name is Lisa Wolf, like I said before, and I'm a frontline worker. And in April 2020, I got COVID. I'm a respiratory therapist, so a lot of the patients I was taking care of, you know, um, they were all COVID positive, and at the time they didn't really know too much about COVID, so and they still don't, but they I followed the guidelines and like the PPE and everything, and I still got it because with the line of work that I do and the criteria and the circumstances with some of these patients were gravely, and I had to spend a lot of time with them. And they told us to limit our exposure, but I had to do what I had to do, for people. But so I'm 10 months out. Um, I can sit here and tell you like all the pain I've been in, and shortness of breath and desatting and stuff, but that beats the purpose of why I'm making this video, because I want to encourage you wherever you are in life, that you have to be so intentional with your choices and decisions that you do daily. And because it'll impact you and it'll impact the people around you. So I decided I needed to, because my health, it has been deliberately like, not so good the last 10 months. So I intentionally changed my mindset that I am going to get better. It was very hard for me because before all this, I was very fit and healthy. I had no underlying conditions. I was just doing my job and I got sick. It's not my fault. So I had to change my mindset of that first. I had to like positively just say to myself, it's not my fault. But it is what I decide in the choices I make in my life afterwards. Sometimes we're dealt with illnesses or deaths, like deaths of the family or a loved one, and it's like stuff that happens unexpectedly, but it's how we cope with it and how we react to these things. And I had to really change my mindset. I really had to look into the things that I was inputting in my life, like in my mind. Sorry if I stutter a little bit because the brain fog, but I'm pushing through it though. But I had to look at a whole bigger picture about what was going on, and I had to thank God that I'm capable of doing this. And it's a journey every day. I push through every day. But so I had to get the mindset that I am going to get better. Like the example I'm going to use today is my fitness goals, because I wanted a healthier me. And so I was very fit before, so I have some of the goals and some of the ideas, that go into getting more fit. But I had to put in my mind that It's going to take time. I have to build my endurance. Like what COVID did to my body and continues to do, I have to push through it because no one else is going to get me better but myself. And I mean, I've been to doctors and everything, and I know that everything's okay. Like the numbers come out normal. So, but there's still something going on with me. But they're saying it's just the post-viral syndrome. And they really, I mean, they've been transparent with me. They said they really don't know anything about COVID, and they're doing the best that they can. And in my mindset, I just have to say, you know what? They're telling me the truth. And whether or not I take their advice, that's cool. But I know what I need to do for me. And I know how I feel. So I started, first I changed my mindset. Just like the input that I was putting in, I was listening to upbeat music. I was reading. I was watching positive movies and shows. I continue to do these things. And then I established a plan. I got a planner and I established a routine for everything. A routine for everything. And this was very hard for me because I'm a spontaneous person. Like I can plan and orientate people for things to do in their life, but for my own, this was a struggle. But I got a planner, and it's a weekly planner, and I just go by each day. Every day is a different day. But I have goals in each part of my life that I want to achieve, and we're going to focus today on my health. And so I set a goal for walking at this park and twice a week. And it may not seem very much to other people, but that's what I had to start out with. And it was a certain distance, a certain pace, a certain rest time. I rested in between and kept track of my pulse ox because I do have oxygenation issues. So I had to keep in mind, yes, this is my problem, but not focus on it. And I heard this in a song. It says, what you focus on is where your energy flows. And I wanted more energy. So my main focus, and I had to get a why, like a big, huge why. And my why, it might sound generic to someone else, but my big why was my boys. And then I want to find out who I am. That might sound kind of weird to other people, but getting sick with COVID, it exposed me to things inside of me, like in my heart, that I really need to check and evaluate on myself. And I'm glad that I did that because even though it's been hard and tough to make myself accountable, but I have achieved so much in the last 10 months, more of inner, so I can concentrate on the outside of myself. I wasn't eating very well, so I was just like, and I noticed, because I changed my mindset, I noticed like certain foods that I was eating, I had to stop eating because after I would eat those things, either hours later or the next morning, my whole body would be aching so bad, and it was all inflamed. So like with COVID, you have to watch what you intake, especially when you eat. And I was just like thinking, I'm like, well, I eat pretty healthy in the beginning, but there was some stuff that I had to adjust in my diet, and I needed help. And so what I planned on doing I kept on seeing HelloFresh. Like, even before I was sick, I kept on seeing it, and I was just like, you know what? To make life easier, I'm gonna just try it, because they had a promotion, and it was off of Hulu, and it was a good promotion, and I took it, and I've been getting HelloFresh for over a month now, and I tell you, my body has felt better, and I'm sticking with that plan. And it encourages me with my mind too, and with my soul. Like, healthy food is so important. But it gave me, my mindset is a little bit better about it, because I couldn't cook. I couldn't cook for the life of me. And but this is so simple. It's very intentional. They have everything in these little bags just for you to cook. And and it's step by step how to cook it. It's very, and it's very good too. And so I intentionally, and I plan that. That's how I eat. And two, I get out there and walk. This is just the fitness part. But I plan on, even though there were days I didn't feel like going for a walk. And it's been cold. It's been like 40 degrees outside. But, as soon as I get out there, I'm like, okay, we're just going to do this. And there were some days I just did it just to be out there. And I thank God every day for this encouraging word for y'all, because it has really encouraged me, and I truly believe people need encouragement right now. And just me sharing this with you guys, it's making me like heal in ways that I hope this gets to somebody. Even if it's just to one person, I pray and hope that you find healing in this, because I really do. And then the third thing what I did was pace myself, and really know intentionally, I know my body. So doctors and other people, they'll give you advice, but it might not be good for you. So you intentionally have to look inside and the outside of your body, because you're the only person that is living inside your body. Other people can't tell you how you feel. And it's okay if you're tired one day, but if you change your mindset and be like, you know what, even though I'm feeling tired today and exhausted and this fatigue and my body's hurting, I gotta do this for my kids. I gotta do this for me. I had to do this for me, because I love giving. I love giving to people. I'm a giver. But I had to get used to receiving the love that I give out. And to give yourself love and take care of yourself, that is building and giving to others, because you have to be good within yourself first before you can even give yourself to others. And I had to rest. I had to learn how to rest. This may sound silly to people, but before I was sick, oh my gosh, I was very determined and very a go type of person. I was constantly doing something. I was constantly busy, doing something. And so when I got sick, there's days that I physically have to be, and mentally, I have to say to myself, it's okay if I want to rest today. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because I had that that mindset that, no, you got to keep on going. 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 And the reason why I had that mindset is because I didn't want to face other things that were going on with me. But I have changed my whole mindset. I have a plan to get better. I use this whole system for all areas of my life. But today I want to focus on fitness and getting back, like the recovery process. Billy Ellsbrook, I like his quote, what he says. It says, I like to back everything up with the word. And the word that, I'm sorry if some of you don't believe in Jesus or whatever, and I'm not preaching to you or anything, but this is what helps me in my mind and what encourages me. But I really, really love this word, and I have to share it with y'all. And I want it to encourage each and one of you. And I'm doing this intentionally, and there was a plan for all this. And I just want you to know that pacing yourself and resting in Him or any type of higher power, that you need to do this for recovery. So the word that he gave me is 2 Chronicles chapter 3, verses 3 through 4. And I'll say that again, 2 Chronicles chapter 3, verse 3 through 4. And I'm not going to read it because it's going to be up to you. You have to make these choices, intentional choices, if you want to read it or not. But I'll just give you a backdrop story on what these 3 sentences say. So you need a foundation. So Solomon was chosen to make a temple or a church or whatever you want to call it, a building, a house of God. So God deliberately and intentionally gave him a plan how to build this church. And that's what is in that scripture. 2 Chronicles chapter 3, 3 through 4. And you'll see when you read it, it's intentional. It's so intentional. And there's a plan exactly how to do it. There wasn't a plan on how long it was going to take. But if you persevere through it all, and if you read later, Solomon did build it. But it took him some time because he paced himself. And he rested in the Lord when he got discouraged. And I encourage you today. I encourage anybody today. Just don't give up. If you have a loved one, that is sick, and you're the cheerleader, you're the encourager, you're the caretaker, you need to have that mindset that, you know what, they are going to get better. This is just going to take time. They just have to press through and take one day at a time. I know it sounds cheesy, but with this, you have to, because it goes in waves. It goes in waves, and this is just the foundation. So have positive input. You got to get your mindset that everything's going to be okay. I don't know how, or when, but I know everything is going to be okay. And what helped me with this mindset is how I got COVID. Because I can't hate COVID. I can't despise that I got sick. I got sick for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. But I was taking care of people. And I can't, with all my heart and soul, I can't be mad about that. I really can't. 2, you have to have a plan of fitness or health. and take one thing at a time. And right now, with being sick, I've been focusing on getting that done in a day. And I pace myself and I rest. Rest could be several things. It could be just like reading a book, taking a nap, do what you need to do. But you got to get that mind, a plan, pace yourself, and rest. You got to. I had to do it today, and I almost got discouraged today, but I had to keep it in my mind. I used to body pump all the time before I got sick, and because with physical therapy, they told me a long time ago, you have to do cardio and you have to do endurance and strength training. So I was just like, I tried other things and it's not really my thing. And I tried. So I had a positive mindset, but my son, he reminded me, he said, why don't you do body pump anymore? He said that the other week, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. He goes, you can just start off with a little weight, and if you have to rest in between, you can pause it. It's on the TV. And I was like, you know what? He has a point. I can pace myself right here at home. I have the weights, and I had to start off small. I had nothing, and I rested, but I got into my pride a little bit, so I had to shift my mindset. When I did the squat track, it messed me up. My legs locked up on me, and I had to massage them out. I have a back massager, and I had to massage them all. I mean, when I say that, I've never experienced this before. It kind of freaked me out at first. My thighs, they literally locked up, and I couldn't feel anything past my knees. And my legs were like tense. I guess it was all that lactic acid building up. Because I had that mindset in me, like when I would do CrossFit and boxing and all that stuff before, and I pushed myself too hard. And that's okay to have those type of thoughts. Like, you need to know your limitations, but not don't live in that negativity. Like, I'm trying to bring it across so it's not negative, but I really had to be like, it's okay. At least I'm up. Thank you, Lord, that you gave me the breath in my lungs to do this. I look in good in everything in the day. Even though there was some hiccups during the day, no. I look at least 3 positive things that day. And so what I'm looking at right now is that, yes, I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit after the squat track. Even though I rested all in between, but I wanted to quit so bad. I ain't gonna lie. Because, I mean, I couldn't even walk. I felt like I was in the collapse. And I just kept on, I rested for like 15-20 minutes with just using that back massager on my thighs and my calves and everything. And I rested and I stretched through it and walked through it. I know it sounds kind of bananas, but I had to. And I was just like, I got to do this for my boys. I got to do it for me. It's crunch time, but do it with some wisdom, and so I after 15 minutes of rest, because I deliberately picked this track because the day before I watched 3 30-minute body pump things to see which one I would be able to do, and then modified it because I'm a fitness instructor too, not body pump, but Zumba, but sometimes we got to modify like the dances and the moves for people to be able to do it. And so Oh man, I had to really pace myself. Like, the next track was the chest track, and I mean, like, I'm barely doing any weight. Like, 2.5 pounds on each side, so I'm only doing like 5 pounds. Which for me, that's like nothing, like compared to what I would be doing. But I had to change my mindset. Like, this is all new. You got to start from the bottom and go up, and it's gonna be okay, you know, and everything's gonna be okay. But I do got news. I did finish it. I did finish it. It was a 30-minute class. It might have took me an hour and 15 minutes, but you know what? I did it. And I rested in between. I paced myself, and I just had a positive outlook on it. Like, so my number one positive mindset is that I finished it. 2 was that I did notice, for me, I have to notice my limitations, and I did. And I knew exactly, because of my plan, I knew exactly what to do when I had like muscle spasms like that. I knew even though I've never been through that like that before, I was hoping and praying that's what I had to do. And it did. It worked. It worked. And 3, that I had accountability. Like, my son, he was like, "Are you okay?" You know, like, he was supporting me. He goes, "You got this. You got this." And I apologized to him because it did take me forever. But, I mean, this is the foundation. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep on pushing through. And I hope this has encouraged somebody, because it feels good to actually talk about it. And just look for anything good. And I want to close out with a quote from Sadie Robertson Huff from her book Live. And it says, "If you can look at the big picture, you can find a way to celebrate." So even if it's the smallest thing today, just celebrate that victory. Just celebrate it. You get that you are a champion, you are a survivor, and you are in recovery, and you got this. Because God's got you. And I'm praying for each and one of you. Each and one of you. That this time will pass. This is just a season. I hope and pray that you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Keep on fighting, warriors. I love y'all.